2020 has been a bumpy ride for any leader in business. Let's face it, it's been a shit show, a rodeo, and a roller coaster all rolled into one. What makes this current business environment so unique and rough is the intense levels of ambiguity and uncertainty. And that is exactly why your intuition is your best business advantage. Intuitive leaders know when it comes to making a pivot, it's an inside-out job. Internal shifts need to happen first. That means there's a time to pause for clarity, a time to plan, and a time to pivot. Today, you're going to discover the 3 shifts that you need to make to pause for clarity. Not only is clarity the foundation of my signature Core 4 method, it's your foundation to pivot successfully. Think of this critical step of you getting aligned on the inside before you pivot on the outside. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below. That way you'll get all my new videos that come out each week. So let's tap into your intuitive leadership and smooth out the rough edges. So grab a pen and get ready to take some notes. The first shift is from confusion to clarity. There's nothing like a pandemic to gain some self-awareness. It smacks us right in the face. And here it is, it's happening to everybody. So keep in mind, when you're running 100 miles an hour and you have stress for long periods of time because the stuff has hit the fan or you feel like the rug has been ripped out from underneath you, there's this phenomenon called the grip. And people experience it as being squeezed by the pressure and the stress. As a result, we tend to lose ourselves and our productivity goes down the drain due to the stress that's created when your mind is spinning in circles trying to figure it all out. If you're like me, you need to have inner alignment of what you're doing, otherwise you go into mental fog. So your reaction can run the gamut from mental fog to feeling out of alignment to struggling with confusion or a total shutdown. It's critical that you slow down and regain your sense of centeredness. Number 1, make a list of your values. These are your guiding principles to success. Then you want to prioritize them, discuss them with your team, or reaffirm them with your clients so that you have some accountability. Number 2 is to regain your self-awareness. Click the link below for the Intuitive Leadership Assessment. Number 3 is remember your big why, your purpose for being a leader, for being in business, and for your goals. Write them down. Ask yourself, do I feel aligned with these? If not, rewrite them until you feel a resonance. So I have a client who said that she had it all figured out in her head, but she was still spinning in circles, procrastinating and delaying decisions. She confided in me finally that she felt lost and really couldn't connect with her purpose. As soon as we refocused on her values and her strengths and then got alignment, she was excited about what she wanted to do and how she wanted to relaunch her business in her pivot. When you shift from confusion to clarity, you're going to be a more powerful and intuitive leader. Because at your core, you have what you need to get through this. The next shift is from below the line to above the line. So this concept of below the line and above the line is based on the Oz principle, that there's a line that separates failure behaviors from success behaviors, and it's shown to be true over time. There's actually a leadership book that was written about this, and I've included the link below. So we're going to look at what below the line means. What that means is the blame game. It's pointing fingers, it's covering your ass maneuvers, it's playing wait and see, it's victim mentality, and it's toxic for you and your team. This is not where you want to be, especially when you're getting ready to pivot. Above the line means you're taking the steps to accountability. You see it, own it, solve it, and do it. So when you see it, you're acknowledging that there's a problem or a challenge. When you own it, you're taking responsibility for what you need to do. You solve it being resourceful and remembering that as a leader, you don't have to do it all yourself. You can delegate to your team effectively. And you make a plan and chunk it down. And then the do it is getting into action and celebrating each milestone along the way. And I have to tell you, I have seen teams stuck in that toxic below the line behavior, and I've coached teams that have seen massive shifts in attitude and productivity when their standards of behavior have changed to above the line. So step one, make an assessment of below the line behaviors that may be happening on your team. Number two, set new standards to stay above the line and commit to that as a team. Step three is that you own the accountability and be mindful to give each other feedback. The team needs to see you holding the line, but they have to be involved in it too, because it builds trust when you're all in this together. So being able to keep each other accountable is important. This internal shift requires you to make a choice. Be accountable for your behavior and how you're going to show up as a leader, as well as how you're going to set standards for your team culture. So stay above the line. The next shift is from holding on to letting go. We constantly suppress or stuff our emotions in times of crisis because things are overwhelming. Like this ball of emotions, we try to cope by stuffing our feelings down, but it's not effective long term. It includes some of those below the line behaviors that we just talked about. So before you pivot, you want to be fully present as a leader so that you can be your best self. I want to preface this by saying that when you create space to let go of what no longer serves you, you're going to be able to increase your ability to know and trust yourself and your intuition. Your inner wisdom will be more accessible, maybe as pictures or words or sensations like a gut feeling or chills up your spine. And as research shows us, successful leaders report that they use their intuition more than 80% of the time when they're making a critical decision. So allow yourself to take a breath. Number one, take 3 minutes of silence each morning at least. Allow, acknowledge, and accept whatever is coming up so that you can let your thoughts and feelings go. And I'll let you in on a little secret. When you meditate and just sit in silence, it's actually not going to be quiet. It actually is an opportunity for your unconscious mind to unpack everything that you've stuffed down. So that it's an opportunity for you to let that go and get more clarity for the day. So number two is if you need help or you don't like to sit in silence, you can access this 10-minute guided meditation. I've put the link down below. And instead of holding on or resisting your feelings, this method gives you more freedom to access your intuition and creativity to solve problems. When you let go, you rise. You increase your consciousness to make better decisions. You're more productive when you're fully present. And your pivot comes from a clear thinking and inner knowing. So overall, these 3 shifts are going to give you radical results. And if you need more support, you can always contact me at judiglova.com/schedule. That way we can have a chat. I really want to support you to take this deeper. As a bonus, I'm including a link to my Core 4 Method video series. That way you can learn new ways to ignite your inner strength to achieve your business goals. We focus on clarity, ownership, resilience, and elevation. That's what the Core 4 stands for, because I want to help you take your business to the next level because you deserve it and this method works. Okay, I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.